Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, my name is Christy Lee. Today's video is a little different than the videos I normally shoot. I am doing a review of a product I was asked to check out. Not a great start to this video yet. I live in northeastern Florida and I am attempting to homestead on a small piece of property. I've got a little garden area out in the back piece of property. This is my in-laws' property, but they have graciously allowed me a space to do my gardening and raise my chickens and quail. And I recently had this company reach out to me and ask me if I would be interested in doing a video review of their products in exchange for a free garden bed. And after looking into the company and making sure that everything was legit, I agreed. So the company is called SnugNiture and they specialize in raised garden beds. The specific bed I chose to do a review on is a 6 by 3 by 1 foot galvanized metal bed. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get it set up, how to fill this garden bed without spending a fortune on soil, and we're going to get started planting in it. So first I'm trying to decide where I want to place this bed. Now, if you don't know who I am a very, very messy person. So everything looks very disorganized and messy, but that's okay. I like my little chaotic garden space. I need to do a little more cleaning and organizing, but I do work as a full-time florist on top of trying to do the garden, the homesteading thing, and raising over 50 birds. So the spot I'm considering is here in between my greenhouse and my little pallet deck area. And I think this would be the perfect size to fit this garden bed into. However, I've got a strawberry plant hidden down in there. That's okay, it can be moved. I've got banana pups that came up here. I also have a sugar cane and a potato. So I'm gonna have to see if I can fit it somewhere in here. The other thing I'm considering doing is picking up some of these pallets that I don't necessarily need here and doing it somewhere in here. Or I've got a raised garden bed right there and I could do it in that space in front of it, because this space right here is about to be converted into a large chicken run with a coop. We're using an old camper van to convert into a coop. So I'm still trying to decide where I'm gonna actually place this garden bed. While I decide where I'm gonna set this thing up, I figured we can go ahead and get it put together. I'm gonna try to do this on my own. It looks like they include all the tools that you need, so we're gonna see how easy or difficult it actually is to do this by yourself. What it comes with, it's got a little instruction manual, it's got some gloves, some Allen wrenches, all the nuts and bolts, a little screwdriver. So hopefully this is fairly easy and quick to put together. So here's our parts list. I'm going to check and make sure that we have everything we're supposed to have. So it looks like this piece slides in. Oh, you can't see that. This piece slides in to this piece and then you screw them together. The only complaint I have so far is that these holes are so close to the edge here that it makes these difficult to get straight so that you can easily screw them in. I wish they would have brought the holes a little closer down here so you'd have more room. What I decided to do was to go ahead and just turn the fly thingy-majiggers out on the outside, on the top, just to make it easier on myself so I don't get frustrated or ruin anything, and hopefully that works out. Okay, that's it as far as construction goes. That did take me about 30 minutes, mostly just making sure I understand what I'm doing. Very simple to put together. There are no words in the instructions, so at one point I thought that I had done everything backwards because the photo almost looked like these went on the inside, and then I realized they're outside caps, so everything worked well. Like I said, my only complaint is that some of these holes were drilled too close to the top for these to work, so I just flipped them around to the outside. That doesn't bother me, but I know some people are sticklers for things being perfect or aesthetically pleasing, and they may want that perfect appearance. So if that happens with yours, maybe you can contact the company and they can send out a replacement part. I don't know, but I mean, I use dryer drums for a garden bed in old blue barrels, so I'm not that concerned about looks. Again, I understand that some people are, and I totally get it. A different part of me, I do have a part of me that does like things to be absolutely perfect and just so, but you learn to let go of things sometimes. Not everybody can, but I can. Okay, so now I am just going to tighten everybody up, make sure it's nice and secure, and then it has these little pins here, which I'm guessing are like anchors, just like when you go camping, and those fit through these bottom holes and go down into the dirt. And while I was setting that up, I decided I'm not gonna put it here, though I think it would fit pretty perfectly right here. The reason I'm not going to do that is because I have 3 of these big galvanized tubs that I also want to plant in, and I think that those would fit perfectly symmetrically in between here and give me plenty of space to work around through and avoid the plants that I already have in the ground. Obviously I have to do a lot of weeding. And then I think this guy, I still haven't decided if I want to put him over here or clean this up and put him around here somewhere. So I'm going to think about that while I'm finishing up. Alright, so this is where I decided to put it, and I moved my other dryer drum over here just so I can get an idea of what everything's going to look like. Let me move over here. Whoa, almost fell. So I'm going to have those, and then this. I do have a little tiny walkway in between so I can get around all sides of the bed. And before I start filling it with sticks and stems and grass and weeds and stuff, I'm going to put some cardboard down, and that's going to help somewhat with weed suppression, but only for a little while, because I do have a lot of really vigorous vines. These blackberry vines, I've got wisteria vines, they always break through, but it's going to give us a little bit of a head start so that hopefully my plants can get established before they start taking over. Okay, so all of this cardboard and packing paper serves 2 purposes. Not only is it going to help me fill my beds easier with less soil, but it will also break down and help to build the soil, feed the soil, because it's carbon. Now that that's in place, I'm going to grab some sticks and stems and rotting logs and put all those on top of this. This might actually be a little bit overkill for this size bed, for this depth of bed. If this was a 24-inch bed, this would be perfect. It's only 12 inches, and ideally you wouldn't want this filling your bed as much as I have. But I do only have 2 bags of soil today, and I was hoping to get this video shot all in one day. We may have to wait to finish it. We'll just see how it goes. But I am going to grab some green stuff and pile it on top of here. I've got some cauliflower plants that I planted too late. They're never going to be able to do anything. Okay, so as you saw, the amount of soil I had was only enough to fill up half of the bed, and I probably should have filled up the other half of the bed because it was more full with the organic material. So we'll have to get some more soil to fill up the other side, but still a huge savings in terms of soil, because had I not put all that stuff down there, I'm thinking it would have taken 6 to 8 bags instead of the 4 that's going to take. And then I also have some homemade compost for my chickens that I'm going to be mixing in here as well. If you don't have chickens, I'm sorry. And guys, I've just got back from the nursery. I bought 2 more bags of soil, and I went ahead and bought some black cow compost because I realized that I do not have enough chicken compost that's ready to add to these garden beds. So we'll be mixing some of this in with the garden bed as well as my in-ground garden because I think it needs it. And I went ahead and bought some plant starts to add to the bed. And I bought a dahlia because it was beautiful and it was only $4.99, and I'm super excited about that. We're hearing someone say it's supposed to rain all week, so I'm gonna try to get this done before it starts raining. I'm also gonna add some bone meal. So this year in my garden, I really wanted to start everything from seed. But for this video, I decided to go ahead and get some started plants so you can see what it might look like with plants in it. So I bought this little pot of celebrity tomatoes for $3, and it's got 3 plants in there. So I'm gonna use one of these to go in the garden beds. I bought a little, it's a 6-pack of pickling cucumbers, but there's actually 12 plants in here. So I'm gonna plant 1 or 2 in this bed. And then a 6-pack of the yellow straight neck squash. It's actually 12 plants as well, so I may plant 1 or 2 in here. And to bring the pollinators, I'm gonna add some flowers. I bought this dahlia, which is gorgeous. I've never tried to grow a dahlia before, so hopefully this works. As you saw, I kind of changed my mind mid-planting. First off, the tomato, that was 3 plants, was so root bound it would not come apart. So I just put all of them in there together. And then I did 2 each on the cucumbers and the squash because I remembered they really don't like their roots being bothered once they're established. So left them as is. And then I remembered I had some zinnias, and marigold that had self-seeded from last year in some pots. So that is my finished bed for now. And it is definitely starting to sprinkle, and I would like to get my in-ground garden work done before the rain really comes. So I'm gonna say goodbye in this video. Thank you so much for watching. The information for SnugNiture will be down in the description below. If you want to check them out, there'll be a link for their website. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. The information for